Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. And today is summit day. We are already about a little over a mile on the climb. Look at that beautiful background so far. As you can see, it is early. I woke up about 4:45, broke down camp, and I am already a little over a mile up the mountain. It's cold. It's definitely cold. I have my gloves, but I took them off because I started sweating, and I really want to save them for when I get above tree line with that wind. Wind hasn't been too bad so far. That's why I wanted to start early. Try to get up there before it gets too windy and before the muggle bubble comes up. It's all the day hikers in the park. So anyway, look at that Saturday morning view. So crazy range of emotions. I just sat around the fire last night talking to some of the guys. I've been hiking around through the 100-mile wilderness and just reminiscing on our trip. It's been absolutely amazing. So anyway, I'm gonna cut the video a little short. I gotta keep hiking. It is a little chilly, so I don't want to sit too long. There's a little waterfall right over here. But anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you closer to the top. We're gonna have some amazing views today, guys. I'll do my best to capture what I can and not freeze to death because it is cold. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Well, I knew eventually it was gonna start getting harder. Whew. It's a workout, guys. I'm not even above tree line yet. That's where the real hard begins. All right, I'm gonna take a break. You see the roots move. Good morning, everyone. Here's our view so far. Still got a ways to go, and it is freaking cold. All right, I'm gonna keep moving. Good morning. Look at that views, guys, and we're not even all the way. We're only halfway up. God, it is beautiful. So as you see, we start to go up there, and I think way over there. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, guys. Where it's not as bad. So, alright guys. When I tell you it's been chilly, the wind chill right now, probably about 25. The wind's been blowing about 10 to 15 miles an hour. I know the high today is only 40 up here. So with the wind chill, it's put my glove back on, so I gotta turn this off. But heading up there, you can see climbing. So, see you in a bit. March 30th. It's crazy. Just a wave of emotion, guys. go way down there from way up here. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, that's down. That's been coming down. Fun stuff. That's what happens when you take a shortcut or a shorter path. But, you know, we're gonna make it. We're getting there. We are now leaving Maine's largest wilderness, and we made it. How freaking awesome is that? We are now officially class of 2025 thru hiker. And man, what a roller coaster of a journey it has been. I can't even begin to explain. Seeing that sign, seen it in so many other people's YouTubes, pictures, but to see it for yourself and to stand on it, man, just a ball of emotion. That's why I stopped filming earlier when I was up there. Like, I just had to have a moment, you know, to come this far and finally reach the end of something that so many people every year try, and so many just sometimes can't finish because of life or injuries, or they just decide it's not for them. But to come out here and be able to finish when so many people, have done this in the past, it's a beautiful thing. It was definitely a spiritual feeling. And knowing that, all those friends and family that are no longer with me, here, they were with me today. And it was just beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I'd seen in so long. We're trying to get down the Able Trail. I went up the Hunt Trail. That's the official AT trail. It was rough. I came down the Able Trail thinking, oh, it's shorter. It's not really shorter because I still have to hike 2 miles on the road to get back to my stuff. The rest of my stuff that I left behind. But straight rock drops. So I was glad I had the gloves. They helped keep my hands cold or warm this morning when it was freezing up there, and they helped me with all the rock climbing, and there was a lot of it. So my feet are just so angry at me today. But that's okay, feet, because we don't have to do anything like this for a little bit. So at least not with all these rocks and roots, hopefully. So I don't think I have much longer to come down the Able Trail. I'm gonna see if anybody's going back to Katahdin Stream Campground, because this is a different one. Katahdin Stream's like 2.5 miles away, but I didn't want to confuse my parents, because they could have picked me up here, but I didn't know I was gonna take this trail down. So I just told them, I'm taking a different trail down, but just pick me up at Katahdin Stream. So they're probably either already there or they're gonna be there soon, because they were only an hour away where they're staying in their RV. And it's interstate, so it doesn't take that long till they hit these dirt roads. My dad's gonna be like, what the hell? Get his nice shiny truck all dusty. So anyway, guys, just absolutely amazing day. And then seeing some of these, look at these trees. Some of the trees are starting to turn. I mean, it's just been gorgeous. Maine has been absolutely gorgeous. Rugged and wilderness. My God, there ain't shit close by. Like when you're out here, you're out here. Most of the roads are like old logging roads or dirt roads, gravel roads. I'm like, there ain't nothing out here. But it's been beautiful. And I think that's why it's the wonderful wilderness, the wild wilderness of Maine. Because it truly is. You know, the only thing I didn't get to see on this trip was a moose. And that's okay. You know, I know they're elusive. Pretty sure I heard one, but I didn't see it. So, some of the other hikers, only a couple hikers I've talked to were able to see one. So, you know, it is what it is. Got to see plenty of other stuff, so I'm not upset by it. But, yeah. So, and lastly, you know, thank you guys. You know, thank you for all the love, the support. You know, so many people, you know, have helped me along on this journey. You know, some that, you know, helped me out and sent me, you know, donations. Some that bought me shoes. I mean, and then those that just, you know, were constantly sending me encouragement to just keep going, you know, to keep pushing. You know, you're getting there. You're almost there. I mean, you guys have been rock stars. You're literally rock stars. And I can't thank you enough. It's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be able to share this with you. This started off as me documenting my trip for me to have something to look back on. But also for family and friends to be able to share and enjoy and see some of the things that I have experienced while I've been out here, and to see the transition and the change, you know, of me as a person to come out here. And I'm going to do another video talking about that, probably as a closeout until our next adventure. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but we'll definitely have one. Because that's what life's about. You got to live life. But not trying to get off topic. Again, you guys, you have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I mean, you guys just can't even imagine what it does, you know, to somebody out here to have that kind of support. And I want to give a huge shout out to the closest thing I had to a tramley while I was out here. There's a group of 3 amazing individuals known as Team Bear Bait. And although, you know, due to certain life circumstances, they did have to leave the trail, they were the closest thing that I experienced as a tramley. You guys had such an impact on me in a time where I was really struggling and not really telling anybody, you know, the loneliness of being by myself all the time, and the fact that you guys went out of your way to welcome me and to, you know, just kind of not bring me into your group, but, you know, you accepted me for who I was. And, you know, you guys even came and had ice cream with me for my birthday. Like, it's those little things that mean so much to people. And I thank you guys for that. So yeah, you guys are amazing. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some adventures at some point with you. I know you both, you know, you guys have reached out. Stacy, I'll get back to you. I have no service. Even up top, I couldn't call my mom when I summited. And Drifty, I know, I think I saw that you had sent me a message, but it just, when I open up Facebook, it just scrolls. It won't let me do anything, so I promise I'll get to you guys probably well before you see this video, if you ever see it. But I just want to let you know, I really appreciate everything. And from every one of you that watched and have followed me along this entire journey, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. We did it. We did it. We have officially hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to freaking Maine. 2,197 miles, not including all the extra miles of hiking into towns and hiking back to the trail. Just the official miles. We are done and completed. And almost over 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks sooner than I originally had planned. So that is awesome. And you guys have gotten to follow along. I'm sorry it took so long to get videos, but Maine Maine's a wilderness and you don't really have cell service. So, and there was no time to work on videos. Going through the 100-mile wilderness, I was putting in like 20 miles a day. And I think the shortest day I did was 15 miles in there. And, or 16 miles, something like that. But I had one day that was 23 miles. So that was pretty awesome. So yeah, didn't have a whole lot of time to do much of anything. Even my videos weren't that long as you see. But, we did what we could to finish. So, all right, guys. I think I'm getting closer to the campground. So I'm gonna jump off here and save some of my phone battery because my battery backups are dead. And I want to be able to post my summit photo once my parents pick me up and I get closer to Bangor. And I'll have some service. Again, thank you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And we'll see. This is how they trick you. When you're walking up, you see this trail and you're like, oh, this is such a pretty trail. It's so nice. So beautiful. Look. It's relatively flat. It's not rooty and rocky. And then you get up and start climbing the elevation and you're like jumping up to grab boulders and having to take your time figuring out where's the best way to drop down. I did a lot of it scooting down on my butt to get down this mountain, but that's okay. Because not only are we down the mountain, we are almost off the trail. And I think I don't know if it's a campground or what it is. And I'm really hoping I can get somebody to give me a ride. Because it's still 2.5 miles to Katahdin Stream campground where my stuff's at, and I'm meeting my parents. So it'd be nice. Somebody give the somewhat smelly. I'm not that smelly. I did take a shower finally at that campground 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. So I'm not super smelly, just a little smelly. I mean, I changed my underwear. That counts, right? My socks. So I'm definitely looking forward to a hot shower tonight and to put my feet up. And some ibuprofen for my feet. I'll be taking that once I get back to my stuff at the Katahdin Stream. But yeah, it is a beautiful trail, and I'm glad to have this last moment on the trail to appreciate it, because you never know when things change and this trail might not be here, or you might not be able to do the trail. And that was why a big part of push to get me out here. Because one thing we can all agree on, life's not guaranteed. And we don't know how long we have or when our time is going to come. So you really have to enjoy life and live it up while you can. And everybody's opinion on that is different. But I can tell you right now, who I am as a person, who I started as, compared to who I am now, a much different man. And this trail has helped that. It's definitely been hard. It's broken me down. And it rebuilt me back up to who I am now. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm not as hard as it was. And of all the trials and, the hard times I went through, here I am, completing something I never thought I would do. I'd ever be able to do. And I finished it. And, it's like, it's the greatest thing. It's the greatest feeling. Knowing that you didn't quit when times were hard. And it would have been so much easier to just quit and go home. But I didn't. I toughed it out, stuck it out. I took time to myself to get my head back on straight and get my head in the game. I got a couple busted up knees right now. I already know the rocks. My pants were sticking to them, so I know that it's because of the blood. But I have my thermals on, so can't really take them off. I'm ready to take them off because I'm hot now. But yeah, I didn't give up. I didn't quit. I pushed on through all the pain. I pushed on through the rain early on. And I pushed on through the wilderness of Maine. And I have completed what I set out to do. So now I got to find new goals and dreams, guys. I just crossed a major one off the list. So when I get back, start thinking about this. What's my next big adventure? What do I want to do next? I don't know that I would ever do another thru hike. It's a lot. It's a lot on the body. It's a lot on the mind. It's a lot on the finances. It's a big undertaking. I mean, committing 6 months of your life and putting your whole life on hold, basically, to come out here and live in the woods. It's a lot to ask of your family, a lot to ask of yourself, a lot to ask of your friends. It's just a big undertaking. So I don't know that I would do a whole thru hike again. I will say that there definitely are parts of the Pacific Crest Trail that I would like to hike and I am interested in the future. I don't know that I would do the whole thing, but definitely something I could see myself doing parts of. Anyway, I really thought we were at the end of this road, of this trail, but apparently it just keeps going. So long as 2.8 miles from the top that I've ever done in my life. I think I'm just that anxious to get down. Plus, I'm running very low on water. There's no water up there at Katahdin. The last water you reach is like a mile into the trail, and you still have 4 miles to go. So, it looks like there's a privy or something up here. So we are definitely getting close. Unfortunately, there's no water here, I don't think. So I'm gonna have to go, regardless, hike at least 2.5 more miles to Katahdin Stream or get a ride. So, all right, guys. Well, I am down here now, and I'll see you in a bit.